What up, Arlington? Make some noise! Call of Duty fans, it is Championship Sunday and only 4 teams remain. It's time to kick off our semifinals and to introduce the first team on the stage. Stand clear because I give to you the New York Subliners. Make some noise for Clayster, Neptune, HyDra, and Crim!
And there you have it, the crowd loves it. The vets are on the stage with the young guns, and when it comes to the X factor of this match or a player to watch, Slack, who's it gonna be?
It's the guy with his arms out, man. The guy looks like a clown up there. Crimsix must continue to fry like he has been this entire weekend so far.
Blaze, we have a team coming from Seattle, man, and I know they want to take that main stage right now. Bring them out, man.
Yeah, they are looking to take the main stage right now. They've been surviving the storm and still looking to drown out the competition.
Woo!
I give to you the Seattle Surge. You got Brad, Matt, Accuracy, and Simp.
So much potential, so many upsets, and this team is just so young. aLLeY, I am loving it.
I'm so excited for this matchup, man. I just want to see they can shut down Crim and Clay, man. This could be a very scary series for this team, but their ceiling, man, it's through the sky.
Blaze, we're ready to lock it down, baby.
Yeah, we ready to lock it down, and I'll tell you one thing, these rookies and vets ready to play. Let's get it started.
Welcome back to the Call of Duty League, friends.
I need the respect. Coming at your neck. Gunning for the top spot, baby, nothing less.
Oh, how we've missed you. And the best teams in the world, they've missed you too. As our gift to you, let's up the stakes.
He's gonna stop here? You think you
And give you some of the... Oh my lord, that was nasty! New rosters, new game, new season. It's Championship Sunday of the CDL Kickoff Classic. Let's go.
Let's go indeed, friends. It's now time to get our semi-final underway. Kickoff Classic, you have not disappointed in the slightest. We have seen everything, all the upsets you could ask for, some sweet snipes, and hey, I want to say a warm welcome to Seattle to Sunday. We haven't seen you guys here. You got jokes, you got memes, you got new fans. I'm loving it.
I do. It's got to be a happy day for the organization, right? Like, just all the stats that they have, the social media manager, this brand new territory. Like, we can have so much more fun, and it's exciting time because the brand new squad. Maybe a potential downside, though, they are going against some of the literal GOATs that we have in Call of Duty, a team that you expect to make it to Sunday, NYSL. They have been on a tear, which is surprising to me because this is a squad. They had like a 3-week hiatus from scrims, and they look like they were grinding the entire time. They have been on point.
A couple of those old dogs still got a lot of tricks up their sleeves. Look at our maps and modes now for this semi-final. Gavutu Hardpoint up first, Brilliant S&D, Gavutu Control, and a double dose of Tuscan Chance. Looking at the map bans right there, obviously Seattle ban out Bocage. You see Berlin there from New York Subliners. What do you make of that?
Well, I think the Bocage ban is actually very interesting. Seattle has had success on that map, but if they're looking across the stage at New York, well, they just got outslayed by 25 and still got a win. And then the day before, they had the most dominant Bocage we have seen so far in the CDL. So I think they're big brain, making sure that they don't have to deal with New York on that map. And then my favorite thing, both of those S&D maps, there is so much counter snipe potential on both Berlin and Tuscan. We've already know that Clay is going to be pulling it out. I want Sib to take it to him. Don't allow Clay to get comfortable and make sure that you attack him straight away. Don't give that old man any just like easy access. Try to make him uncomfortable. Sib, I'm expecting big things, but obviously we got the hard point first, and Gavutu, we have seen quite a bit of it. This is just, I mean, rotational gameplay as close to the traditional COD that we are used to. Quite a few hills with the potential. Lock them down for that full 60, and you need to make sure, especially so, that your small talk is on point.
Here we go. Both teams flying in towards this hard point, so then to the map. That AA gun is about to get litty, friends. NYSL first in. Touched a lot up on that search and destroy. We'll come back to that one. There's a lot to talk about indeed. Red has somehow started this one off on a 3, and oh man, yeah, he gives a second more. It might have been 4. Kills going either way though, and still, it's going to be a contested hardpoint right now, and Seattle Surge will finally come out on top. And chance to turn a lot of heads in this event already. It's been very exciting to see this new squad, certainly come to life.
come to life, and well, this is already just a pretty big issue for New York. You see they're putting no pressure over towards the hill. This is all 4 players trying to work their way through the P2 side of the map, maybe to flip spawns, but that is an exchange of giving away so much time, but you already see number 4, Crimsix, they get the right side spawns. So that is the type of battle New York is playing, exchanging 15, 20 seconds just for that long-term gameplay. We get to see how it pans out for them, but obviously down by 40, they got a long way to go.
Coming to the boat we go. Second hard point now on the rotation. Fred finds some nice shots at range with MP40. That thing is an absolute weapon here on land. We've seen Crim go big with it, and everyone has been talking about it on Reddit. It's been a very, very dangerous weapon indeed. That's all 4 down there for NYSL. You should see a lot of pressure here. I say that, squad spawns, makes it so that those guys are still real close to this hard point. Accuracy winning a big one from top boat side. That's going to be his 3rd in a row. The Detonate dare to slow those players down as they approach up. Pred down low in the hard point. Here comes Nep and HyDra, the submachine gun players in the New York Subliners, trying to make those entries, and there's the first. Will it be the first of many? A little bit of bad timing from Accuracy. He's brought down. You've managed to get Neptune in, but Max slows him down once again, and the war continues to rage on point.
I mean, that's perfect trades, perfect decision-making. Mac earlier on was getting the cutoff kills to alleviate pressure, and I even like the decision from Accuracy to kill the guy that's going towards the hill before getting the guy going up the ladder. Right now, Seattle, I mean, they're just taking it to task, right? New York, they rotated so early for these right side spawns. They made that early exchange, and it has not benefited them yet. But now we go towards a money hill. You already got Neptune laying down inside the point. The question is, could you lock it down? Because I see Pred, he's going on the flank, and he found the opening.
There it is. Sib helps him out with that first kill. He doesn't have to fire his gun, so he may go unaware, but Clayster sitting on the side of green there is going to find that one. Keeping everything safe and sound right now for NYSL as they finally managed to get themselves a bit of that sweet hard point time. HyDra. He's up next on the defense. That's clean 2. Max up next. He's got him trailed in his sights, but good shots out of the young Mac. Melts, takes care of him. NYSL still with that hard point, but the numbers are starting to thin. Spawn still a little close. They've got to make a bit of a run across map. And Crimsix, who has been very quiet so far, 4 and 9 from him. On the other side of the board, it's 10 and 6 for Sib. We talked about the newcomers, the young guns popping off, and so far, so good.
And he's got that early rotation as well, right? Making sure that he can handle the cliffside spawn of the map. But gotta say for New York, that was the hill that they needed. But this is sort of how that P3 to P4 exchange works. If you win P3, you have to imagine the opposite team is gonna at least get that early rotation. So New York, the pressure is still on. Need to find a break, and Sib, he needs to make sure he doesn't let anybody sneak by. Clay, well, there's the first. Gonna get his own trade. Sib is ready. Seattle, they're good to go.
There we go. Still trying to make that push happen. Sib on a 3. Looking to make it a 4, but it's a big old 1v1 right now. He's going to contend with Neptune there with the teamwork. HyDra now on the right-hand side flank. Here comes the opening. One front closes, the other opens, and here's the push. HyDra brought down again, and look at that. Seattle Surge hold the line. They keep him tight. They don't let him get any closer. Crim with an awkward fight against Mac. Can't get the win, and once again, Seattle keep finding the kills. 30 seconds remaining on this point, and they have not let NYSL get close.
Oh, that's the nades though. The nades are able to weaken a couple players up. Mac though able to pick up 2. And his team able to hold those spawns. It looks like New York not even going to try to fight for this scrap. So that is just that extra time going. Seattle, outside of one hill, they have been damn near perfect. But we go over towards P5. We saw this a lot with the LA Thieves. P5, maybe the actual true money hill on the map. But Neptune, he's got some pressure on. Sib, he's working his way on their back. He's on a 5 spree. And if he starts to pick up some of these kills, he'll get the squad spawns, but he cannot get them. And now you're stuck. Bottom left side of the map, trying to bully your way through the front is nearly impossible to do. And Clayster, the cutoff man, maybe trying to eat up a little bit. Maybe just openings all over. That is the first wave of gunfight. Seattle, we need 2 more.
Seattle managed to fight their way through the front 2 runners there from NYSL. Now the fight on the hard point. Top view now can show you Matt getting ever so close. Pred cut down. It's HyDra going big. Will they be able to identify where the play coming from Mac is? And yes, they do. Clay once again going big. Hard point's got 25 seconds left on it. With that time said, let's go for a quick listen in to Seattle Surge.
Nice. I came up the new.
Two. Yeah, go for it. I'm going top boat.
I'm pushing out. I'm looking at your deep left. 2-0. You ever research?
I got them both.
Nice. Look up for Clay and HyDra. Hold this two. I'm not sure. Look my deep. Deep. Over deep on the pole. Dante.
I'm holding top right.
The pole dead. Nice. That's 4. I'm sitting around now. I'm sitting mid-boat. Yeah, I'm waiting for their
bottom boat Neptune. You can pinch our stairs, okay?
Wait, mid-tank. Put a point, one shot. Top green dead.
Where'd he go?
Let's go, Dead. I lost one. Good job. I still have your help, Dante. I have your deep.
I have red tower.
Look my short.
Red tower clear.
Okay.
Red Red tower, Clay.
I have your short down, Tim. Push. Oh my God.
Red tower.
On the boat, behind the boat. Behind the boat. Behind the tank. Heard you.
I'll get time.
On the tank. Two coming up. Neptune hitting close. Play attack, guys. Play together. Watch your outer.
He's on me. You got me. Outer.
Top grade.
Outer, kill me. Outer.
It was Clay.
Some motor mouse on the side of Seattle and a little bit of dead space towards the end once they get 4 down, and now they are stuck in a bit of a spawn trap potentially. I mean, Seattle, they're over towards the boat, but they're getting flanked. They're getting shot from all angles. New York potentially able to turn this game around in Neptune if he can get some streaks and maybe try to get good use out of the glide bomb, at least for the information, I suppose, but more about just a hot hand. Another kill falling his way. There's the strafing run, and this is New York inside the hill, working away, trying to chip in that 40-point deficit. They actually haven't been getting any of this time. No one is actually trying to be the collector.
Yeah, no one's able to really get on that point. Neptune with a nice bit of play there. You saw him staying alive very well, providing information to the squad, and now it's over the hard point for the contest. Mac, though, feeling himself, and unfortunately, it's actually Crim's nade that gets the job done there. So once again, we're seeing a little bit of discord there from the side of the NYSL players. A few friendly fire incidents that have cost them, but they've still got that point. They bounce right back into the action, and they should be able to let themselves the next 20 seconds. Because again, scrap time's important in this game, but you have to play the rotations on the routine.
And it is worth pointing out, I think that's about the 4th team kill that we have seen since the start of this game for New York. So certainly struggles in that department, but even still only down by 20, and we are getting ready to rotate towards the hill where New York has had the most success. I think they collected about 45 or 50 seconds last go around. And funnily enough, no one's there quite yet. Crimsix making that move. He will find his new home in the tank. You get boat control, P1 control, and even someone inside a radio. New York have all of their bases covered. Right now, Seattle, they are just so far away.
Here comes the hole from top. Neptune finding that first. The trade's there from Simp. Players now making their way forward, but you still have hard point time ticking away from New York. We may be able to see the lead change for the first time in the game here. Seattle have been in the driver's seat since we let this one rip. Clay holding the line down, 21-21 overall, and the kills are going well so far. A big shot on a Mac. A former NYSL player there brought to his knees as Clay, the old hands, they're starting to warm up indeed. Here comes Simp up the beach. Clay rips it. That's the third. Fred looking to reposition now and hopefully find a little bit of help somewhere else, but the rest of the squad's doing a great job of chance. There we go. That's the lead change for NYSL.
It took them 7 minutes to make it happen, but New York has finally gotten that lead, but it is the exact same situation that we saw from the first set of rotations. New York just destroy them on the beach hill, but now we go over towards that tower, and once again, you see the setup. This time, Mac so much lower underneath the boat. He's basically got the entire cut of the map, and even number 6, accuracy in the back. He is watching for the left side push. Seattle, they got all their bases covered. They got Pred pushed out, slain for the kills. The lead is going to go back in their favor. In New York, they need to make sure that they do this quickly. They're taking their time, but 40 seconds, they cannot afford to give this away.
They're trying to find anything, and it's the guns now of Sib and accuracy watching that low side of the beach. They've got them almost completely covered there. That's it. Another 4 white. You're going to be looking at those NYSL players spawning up far now, so here comes the journey. Fred is going to make that journey that bit more painful as he pushes forward, finds himself 6. A strafing run now in the back pocket. Be able to call in the audience should he need it, but again, looking at the map spread right now, you have to be favoring the position Surger in. 215 and climbing. It's first to 250, and they're getting ever so close.
And look at that gunfight, though, from Crim right there. He was the only player to make that happen. That's one of those gunfights. It's a one-on-one. It could just buy them 12 seconds, and those Seattle players are spawning far away, so he found a very small opening that might have big impacts towards the late game, but at the same time, number 7, Mac at the minimap, it's the same situation we saw for the P5. You need to have this guy cause problems. He gets dealt with. Clay wins the one-on-one.
NYSL back towards the docks. It's not an easy hard point to break. It's a 4-man hit now from the Seattle Surge players making their way through both sides. HyDra tagged up heavily, has to back on up. Mac from up high. Here comes Pred. He finds 2 and he's managed to get himself through the back lines. That could be it. The pinch on the front, and they've done it. Seattle Surge have broken it. The spawns are still close for NYSL. This could get mixy real quick. Here comes Crimsix. He's now making his way forward. Neptune and HyDra now trying to make the flank through mid, opening up any kind of angle you've got. But chance the time is ticking. It is 20 now for the win.
You got to get him off the hill. You got to get him off the hill, and Neptune's finally there with the flank. Final 15 seconds should go their way as long as number 4, Crim, stays in the hill and doesn't challenge. And that is important time for them to get the lead back, but obviously in towards P1. Seattle, they got Sib and Mac inside the hill. HyDra trying to work his way up. There's the first. There's the second. New York, they're able to get in. Pred, the hero for the squad, needs to go big inside the hill, but he cannot. New York have taken it over.
New York have got the hard point now. they can get the win here. Seattle Surge, one more big hit's all you need. HyDra in the grass, finds one. HyDra trying to find any more, slowing the players down on the beach. He's fought them on the beaches, he's fought them on the boat, he's fought them hard on GaVootoo, and in 5 seconds time, we can call the win here in map number 1 for the New York Subliners. They get it done. That's what Clay's talking about. He's popping off HyDra. But a great run towards the end there. Crucial kills towards the end there. Chance slowing down the surge hit. You've seen how decisive the breaks were. They did a great job towards the end.
And that is an impressive comeback as well. I mean, right from the jump, after the first 2 hills, New York is down by, what, 60, 70, 80 points, something along those lines. It took them an entire set of rotations and then some before they're able to get back at that lead. And then towards the end, putting in some serious work. And even just looking at the stats, there's nothing too crazy. That is all 4 players negative again for New York, but they still managed to get that win. And funnily enough, it's Neptune that has the 2 minutes inside the hill. You expect that man to be cracked out with his movement, but this is a game where he just simply did his job. Another one like that for the Subliners.
Yeah, good job from the Subliners. There's an ongoing conversation here about how important KDs are and how important kills are in this game in particular, and I'm sure we'll be talking about that all year long. The final 60 seconds of that GaVootoo hard point now on your screen. And Chance, look at the scoreline. Very, very close from New York Subliners. The second time they were able to pull that lead back. HyDra, though, true heroics from him here. Pred, a dangerous man in a situation like this, but HyDra's got the read right off the rip. The teamwork from NYSL on point.
And I think, honestly, probably one of the biggest factors in a game like this with the squad spawns, with even on the big maps, there's times where things are incredibly hectic. It's the teams that are doing the little things right consistently over time. That's what's going to give you those extra points, right? It's even on the radio hill where Crim finds his way through and is just challenging the guys off hill just to buy your team again. That's 12 seconds that didn't go to Seattle and then goes to New York. That's about a 20-point swing just from little plays. They are making tons of these on the map non-stop. And again, 4 players outslayed and you still get the win. New York, maybe this is the team that has the best understanding of Vanguard.
Yeah, whether it's Bukaj or whether it's GaVootoo, we seem to see this squad manage to pull away the win without finding the kills. Much to be dissected there. I'm sure we'll see you on the flank chat about that one a bit later on, friends. Berlin, Search and Destroy, coming up next now. Chance, we talked about this before. The snipe-offs, the war of the scopes. What do you make of Berlin?
I want to see the counter snipes, especially so from Sib. It is very typical the team on offense. You jump up on the truck, you jump on the little windowsill, and you just check the cross over towards that A bomb site. I want to see Sib on the defensive side counter snipe that. You can do it from the pillar. And admittedly, you're playing with fire. You try to counter snipe Clay. He's been doing it for more than a decade. He wins those, but I want to see you take it to him. And if you ever force a situation where the guys on offense aren't watching the cross from certain locations, that just buys your team so much more pressure on defense and can be a difference maker. So that's what I want to see, but that is obviously wishful thinking.
Well, it's happened a few times this weekend. Ask and you shall receive. Some of the big old highlights from this play. Clay, he has some great 2-3 pieces, and again, the cut-off man indeed for NYSL. Same can be said for Pred. I mean, he had some great sprees. We saw some streaks come through. Not as impactful as they can be, and again, GaVootoo, a very, very open map. That glide bomb, once it kind of gets patched, and once we kind of work this one out, it'll be better, but there we go. Looking at these boys from the LA Thieves, already on the Bluebird, showing some love for HyDra. Parkour, says Ken, and of course, Octane there with HyDra with a bailout. It was a bailout, man. He went huge at the end there. That 3 spree, and then lining the grass, cutting down Mac. That buys your team so much time, so many seconds there, and woof, what can I say? Big stuff there out of the New York Subliners. Map 1 goes their way. Berlin, no chance. Now Search and Destroy, the opportunity to bounce back for Surge. We've already seen how good they can be when it comes to the game mode. It's a solid looking squad. Them 3 young guns looking fine. Accuracy at the back, just making sure he's calling the shots and keeping them all in check.
And it's a very interesting team as well, right? After you beat Atlanta FaZe, you know, without question, you can beat anybody in the world, but it's also one of those things. You don't want to go in Sunday for the first time, especially not get 3-0, but if you take a loss there, there's room for at least a little bit of doubt. If you come out and take down some of the greatest players, or literally the greatest players of all time, there is no more room for doubt, and you can have all of the confidence in the world for the rest of the year. And anybody who's played Call of Duty, I mean, honestly, for even a day, knows that confidence is king. If you can go into it with a good mindset, that can absolutely just propel you to better wins and just, you know, keep the vibes flowing.
I think that's the most admirable thing about like what it's like to be a newcomer in the Call of Duty League, whether it's Pred, whether it's, you know, Sib, whether it's Capsidal. You have nothing but, you know, fans to win and everything to prove right now, so you may as well play like a maniac. You know, give it your all. Go for go for broke and see what happens. And it's been happening so many times. The confidence from these young players is through the roof. It's their stories to write now, and we'll see if they can get it done. Mac bursting on through to the bomb site. Doesn't check his corners. There's a sneaky HyDra tucked away there by the radiator. Not staying warm. He's ice cold looking for those kills. Sib now able to possibly find something here. He smokes out the bomb site. That nade's there. Finds a HyDra. Whoa, HyDra. HyDra. The teamwork from aCuRacy saving the day. That almost got very hairy very quick.
Even still, though, that does leave you in a 3 versus 3, and I'm looking at right now at Neptune on the minimap. He's going for the full flanks, but while that's happening, Crim does get caught, and that means so much more pressure on this bomb is going to get planted. And Clayster not going to be able to catch him in time. Sib, if he can stay alive, that is huge. He gets away, but now it is about that flank. Neptune, the guy that has to make the play.
There he goes. He's snuck by 1. He saw aCuRacy.
His teammate did.
He saw him. Oh my god. Oh, gets the kill. Sib's lined up. Tagged in. 25 seconds now on the clock. There's the first few kills. It's now 1v1. It's Pred. It's Neptune. He's on the bomb. And it's 15 seconds now. He's on it. The tags are there. Here comes the fight. Pred has time on his side. Neptune, not a chance. I mean, there was an opportunity there, mate. There was an opening. Neptune did have the time to get the full defuse, and I will say that Pred did not have eyes on it. It could have gone either way.
That's the mind games. That would have been spicy. If you stick that bomb defuse, I think you get in that situation because Pred, he did not jump after it, but that just means that he is ready for the game. And I mean, Neptune is a player. He has been grinding Search in this game. Even when the team may have taken a break when HyDra went back to France, he was still grinding through all of the primes. So Neptune has that experience, but this is what I'm curious about, man. I would love to see a counter snipe. By the looks of it, it's not going to be happening at all. And this is actually hard to read. 3 towards B on the side of Seattle on defense. They're ready for this.
Here we go. Pred right through the window. Into the mailroom he goes. That was a lot of noise. And will he peek this door? Hello! Finds the first. In and out he goes. He's checking all the wrong corners, but the action is still raging. Mac's going to find a kill. Clay's got aCuRacy dead to rights right now. And there's that. It's a 2v3. Seattle with the numbers, but not for long. Here comes Pred once again. Finds his third. Clayster does manage to make it happen. Now it's a 1v1. It's Mac versus Clay. It's old teammates. Oh, Mac! Woo-hoo-hoo! A little bit of a long-winded fight. It took a little bit longer than I think we all expected, but hey, man, a win's a win.
I mean, the movement from Clay was clean. The gunning, maybe not quite on point in that situation, but Mac, obviously, the high ground is, you know, ever present in any shooter, real life or fake, you know?
Yeah, come on. The man had the high ground. He's going to be feeling good after that one. That's a big win. You feel the roar of the crowd there. That sends quite a shiver up your spine.
And also a good strat. I mean, I think almost every single team on defense is sending at least 2 or 3 players to A. You see even the same thing, too. For defense there, is that even a snipe? I don't think aCuRacy's going to do it. I think he might have beamed him. Here's the snipe. Neptune in sight, but he has gotten spotted. I don't know how much utility you have left with the nades and stuns. There's at least 1 nade going straight at Neptune. Misses. And it was only Sib that had it, but they know that he's here.
Sib's got his work cut out for him as well, though. I'm not sure if he's exposing himself to Neptune at this point, so if Nep peeks, it could be curtains for Sib, but Mac's got that bomb up close. Pred's here to back him up. Crim, cracking windows, forward he goes. There's Mac on the bomb site. Breach and clear, finds the kill. Here comes the plant, HyDra on the flank.
You got to do this so much faster. You can't really let them plant this bomb. At least you take down 1. There's the first, but that bomb does get planted. 2 versus 3. HyDra, let's see what you got.
Here we go, HyDra. There we go, HyDra. It's a nice round out of him. The flank's paying off. Pred, though, in mid-map's going to make it that bit easier. It's all down to HyDra. aCuRacy, he's got eyes on that bomb. HyDra's got to do something special here with a snipe. It may be possible to go untraded. aCuRacy now watching the back. 20 seconds on the clock. Here comes Pred, but the shots from aCuRacy. Man was on the roof. Worthy effort. But Lamar, ice cold.
That's a smile from the Iceman. That is almost not
it's been years.
Not too typical, man.
It's been years since I've seen a smile from the Iceman.
But he will take it. That is obviously the clutch spot for when you get the bomb planted down on B. Well, not the clutch spot. 1 of 17 clutch spots you have towards the back side of the map. But just a solid round. That is a 3v4 that Seattle's able to pull off. And again, I think the most important thing is they had the information on Neptune. They make sure they send 2 to take him down. Here's the counter snipe. Clay, he's watching the cross. And he called out all 3.
We can hear that.
Solomon.
We can hear that from up here. Clay screaming his lungs out. HyDra's got the back covered. They backed up. I love this out of NYSL. It's a fast decision to make their way over towards B right now, and Sib, he's got eyes on. Oh my god. The net.
He got
it's a
spotted.
tiny hole. Sib's been seen. That's the call though. Fast plant. Here come the attackers now from Seattle Surge. They're going to reposition on the defense. Sib definitely saw a few more coming, and here he goes. But still, who's on the flank once again? It's your boy HyDra.
I mean, he could just win this round for his team right here. If he's able to even just spot him out, this is going to be huge. First kill on Bread. Now you have to go for the full flanks, but accuracy's so far away. He has to check everything in the world. Mac is now in between all of these players. Accuracy is able to find one. But Mac can't win the gunfight, and now you have 20 seconds, 3 players to kill. New York, I mean, they got that bomb down effectively for free. And HyDra making a nice lead, or a read for the flank of his own. And that is a round for the New York Subliners.
Unfortunate for accuracy as well. He was on a 3 there. Could have played his life potentially and got away with that one. But HyDra, the man on the flank, a dangerous player in the best of situations. And when he's behind you, he's even more terrifying.
And I don't know exactly how many times we'll see something like throughout this year, but I feel like as soon as HyDra gets that first kill on Pred, almost just guarantees the round, because now you are stuck in a pinch over towards the site at the same time. You're having to clear out all those different clutch spots. Just a well-orchestrated strat from New York, and it takes something like that just to get their first one on board.
It's not easy to back out once you truly commit to a bomb site in this game. 3-man defense over towards B from NYSL. A's starting to get a bit mixy right now. Seattle have managed to overthrow. They're going to get that bomb one down. Howdy!
Good trades.
A miracle that Crim didn't get killed there, and HyDra might have taken a bit of friendly fire as well, but still. One half of our goats in this game stays alive, and here we go. Knock, knock. Do you have a moment to talk about your car insurance? And Max holding his breath, man. If he hears him, he's dead. 30 seconds on bomb. And Crim's checking every corner.
I mean, right now, Matt can hear when the bomb is getting defused, so this is just so much time wasted. He's able to strike for the first blood, or the next one at the very least. And you still have players so far away for these clutch spot. Preds wins the gunfight. Nowhere near the bomb. Mac able to flank, and Mac just secures this round for the team. New York spent so much time trying to look for these players. Seattle gives them nothing, so Seattle will take the round. Taking care of business and making it look easy. And I called it a trade, really just the first blood New York was able to get, but just does not make a single bit of difference. Just a little bit too slow. And Berlin is very much a map that both of these bomb sites, if you get it down on offense, even with a man disadvantage, you absolutely have a great amount of clutch potential. In Seattle, just on cruise control. And I was hoping for the counter snipes, haven't needed it.
Yeah, this is
Clayster's
great.
going up here, and he is spotting this information out.
All right, here we go.
Oh! Counter snipe or counter automaton? What's the difference?
There's a little doorbell on that door. I've never seen that before. That's great.
In 1944?
Ding dong. Here we go. Max on the outside. Maybe it's cold outside. 1:05 on the clock. HyDra's holding this one down. He's the inside of the mailroom. And it is quiet.
And pressure, I think, is on Mac right now. They don't have to move too far, but Sib's got the cross to B. Accuracy has the crosses to A. So there's no pressure to go to a bomb site right now, but Mac right now is sort of in the thick of it.
Crim's trying to find anything right now. There's the noise. Mac heard him.
And I'm hearing the conversation. Clay's the loudest player in the league by a mile. They're trying to make the plays. Sib able to catch one. Clayster was trying to get this bomb road towards B. Sib is waiting. Now you got a 3v3, and there's only 30 seconds left.
Checking both bomb sites. Seattle Surge have got coverage, but here go NYSL. HyDra, you have to play a little faster. They still have to get the plan. Accuracy's watching the A-bomb. He's got enough information here, and he has a frag grenade to work with. He can cook it and get it in there and do at least the damage. There's the flank. Max trying to hit him. There he is. Max strikes. 40 seconds now. The bomb did get planted. 3v2. NYSL do not have the man advantage. Neptune's trying to slowly but surely change that. Oh my god, the timing. Oh my god, the timing. Ow, big shots. Matt gets it. Accuracy's on the defuse. And Crim, can he check this one? Will he get there in time? He's looking to find anything there. No, and it's going to get done. They get the kill, but accuracy was on the bomb. Number advantage, they get the defuse, and Seattle are looking fantastic on Berlin.
At New York, they just cannot find a way to make anything happen. I mean, they had the first blood that round too, right? It's a 4 versus 3. It took them maybe 20, 25 seconds before they started to have any chatter about what direction they want to go. By the time they make the call, which at least by the sounds of it, even though I'm 200 feet away from Clay, it sounds like he was trying to get it towards B, but Sib was there. I mean, even in a 3v4, just the patience from Seattle to understand how they need to play this map. And I think Sib might have just switched to the sniper. This is a quick hit over towards B. Neptune, though, he'll be here, ready to meet him.
Map point, Seattle search. There's Nep, finds his first, in and out he goes, but the trades once again from Mac. Oh, Mac gets 2 of them. He's got himself streaks now to work with as well. We're still going to commit to the bomb plant, and Sib yet to really show us too much goods with that snipe, but the opportunity now arises. There's that quick gunfire. Closes the door to the draft. He's got his teammates to back him up. HyDra from mid-map. Crim cutting his way through the middle as well, and again, it's going to be a bit of a battle here, and Crim's got to check every corner once again, and you know, among the pro community, we call it Top Lamar. Why? Because he's always up there. On any map, any situation, he's probably there. Mac with a covering fire. Whittling down the time. And here we go, the kills come through. 2v1, Mac's up, but the clock is not on their side. Crim 40 goes, tags are up, there's the kill, they're gonna get it. Beeline towards the bomb. Whoa, okay. That was a little awkward, we had the time. 2 seconds to spare there, but they do manage to get the defuse. Good round out of New York.
I mean, that is a phenomenal retake. It is incredibly difficult to pull something like that off in New York. That's the kind of plays that it is gonna take to get back in this game. They started out down 5-1. Such a long way to go, but maybe it might be like the Gava2, right? It took them 7 minutes before they could start chipping away at that lead. I don't know if we're about 7 minutes right on the dot here in the S&D. Probably not.
Someone could tell us.
They're able to at least pull off one clutch.
Here we go. We saw OpTic Texas do it against the LA Thieves and Desert Siege. Accuracy with the first blood on Neptune. HyDra has managed to slither his way forward very quickly. Clay with the immediate pick up of that bomb. Keeping things mobile. A-bomb site left relatively open. Oh, hello. HyDra. Up top now, dealing the damage.
I like that from Pred, too. He doesn't immediately go for the challenge. They know where HyDra is. Maybe try to trap him in just a little bit. They have a triangle around the map. I don't know if Clayster spotted him. I don't know if Clayster and Mac know it's here. No, Clayster definitely didn't see him. Mac, his timing might work out perfectly.
He's hunting him.
And that's bomb down. That is bomb down. 45 seconds left. You get the kill. It's a 2v2, but that bomb is so far away.
Maybe the dagger. HyDra's on the bomb retrieval immediately. Crim's looking for the kills. Big brain plays. Will he be able to match it with his aim? And that is big from Crim. The trade comes through immediately. Pred now the 1v1 against HyDra. 2 phenoms from other sides of the pond. And oh! Zutelos! HyDra! Pred felt that one. He felt that one to his core. You're on the big stage now, son.
The freshman versus the sophomore. And funnily enough, man, HyDra was top third in fire. Pred was right behind him. Didn't want the chow then, and the chow he was forced to take did not go his way. 2 back-to-back clutch rounds for the New York Subliners. And those are both rounds where you are just put in a horrible spot. But as it goes, number 6, that's accuracy watching the cross. He spots him, but no one's able to get these kills. HyDra already back around the steps, too. And I was going to say, that's enough pressure. You get the sun in that location. If you're not there first, get out of dodge. But now it's Clayster watching the cross back. Spots both of them. And you see number 4, Crimsix, quickly rotating.
He's good. Eyes are on.
The other go.
Here we go, into the bomb site. Mac with the MP40. Curtains to Clay. Great job out of Mac. Accuracy finds it as well. That's the bomb down. That's huge. This could be the death knell for NYSL. It's over to the youngsters. It's HyDra and Neptune. What can they do in this 2v4?
This is completely impossible. Sid gets the first. This will be a 1v4 from HyDra. Look at what he has to deal with. There's a player over in fire that can watch the cross or go on flanks. You got players in the clutch spots. You got Mac that's roaming. The first gunfight's here. Mac takes him down. And Seattle Surge bounce back in the series.
I like the thought process. I like the last-ditch attempt with the streaks. I like it all. The numbers are there. It's always going to hurt, and he looks left when he should have looked right. I mean, that's what it comes down to a lot of the times at professional level Call of Duty. But hey, man, not a bad effort whatsoever from NYSL. They pulled that one back slowly. sweet rounds, but we're tied up 1-1.
I disagree with saying it's a nice effort. They had 2 nice clutches, but that was like almost that was 7 out of 8 rounds for Seattle. Just get an advantage in it, or sorry, what would that be, 7 out of 9? Whatever the math is, Seattle almost just an easy game through and through. They gave up 2 clutches and still win 6-3. I mean, that is just too comfortable, and got to give credit to Mac, 12-5 as well, but I mean, just a well-calculated performance, right? Even when Pred's not getting the clutches, it is still a comfortable win. Seattle on Berlin, looking good.
Looking great indeed. That rebound for them is a wonderful thing to be had. Here we have a quick look at our highlights from that one, and there was a lot of good moments, man. With a tight 1v1 between, Pred and HyDra, that was an ideal moment. HyDra's flanks time after time was so good as well. Interesting that they just couldn't capitalize on that one. We saw this sweet snipe coming up here. Mac throws those shoulders, not quite nimble enough, and from start to finish, though, Seattle Surge truly drove that one home. Great stuff out of them in the Search and Destroy. Now, though, Control. Who hasn't dropped a single Control map all Kickoff Classic long? Your boys on Surge.
And it'll be a fun time to watch them play. We're going to Gavutu for the map 3, and obviously that map number 1 was what, a 16-point difference, 17-point difference. So close for these squads. Guns are hot across the board, but at this point, I don't even know what the predictions would be. Seattle have been on a tear through this tournament, but the exact same thing can be said for New York. Obviously, single limb. That's how it works.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Single limb's crazy. See a lot of back and forth on Twitter about that now. And the way COD is, it's hard. I mean, we ideally, every tournament's a double limb, but there's something so dramatic about a single limb, man.
Pressure's on.
The pressure is on. Every single map counts. Every single round is a must win, man. You can't be throwing anything away. But, well, we're going to take a very quick break while we get ready to get everyone into Gavutu for our next round of Control. Tied up 1-1. Who'd have thought it? A spicy series we promised you. We are delivering, friends. Don't go too far. Kickoff Classic comes right back after this.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
You don't wanna go to war, wanna go to war. Cock that hammer, about to let go. One body about to turn cold. Yeah, I get it, pop it, bread and butter. Let it go, I'm a pro. Temperature to change, wear your coat. We so cold, we ain't gotta glow. You gon' see it when it shows. Step up on the scene, play hard like a goat. Like the fire, so you did it, yeah, did it. Steady headed for the win. We be going in, yes again and again. With a green, staying hot, it's a 10. Attack, it's a wrap in the end. We will never win, steady headed for the win. We be going in, yes again and again. Attack, it's a wrap in the end. We will never win, steady headed for the win.
When you compete as long as I have, you learn a thing or two.
FaZe Clan for the first time.
Each year the game changes, but the grind, it stays the same.
Have done it. Congratulations, Subliners.
Practice, scrim, compete, eat, sleep, repeat.
Dylan, attach, ready to rock.
You don't give up though. You don't stop. You don't quit till you're the best. I'm always searching for that next competitive edge.
Yo, Dylan, you good, bro?
I must have fell asleep. What's up, Eli?
Check what came through the office today.
Looks like my next edge found me. Visit Zenni.com/CDL to get a pair of Røkkr Zennis or any of your other favorite CDL teams today.
Welcome back, friends. The Kickoff Classic continues. Map number 3 is moments away while we deal with something very quickly on stage. But Chancellor, it's been a cool one, mate. It's been a lot of fun. That first Kavutu was a banger. Berlin Search and Destroy also very, very spicy indeed. And, you know, looking forward to that control map. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I don't have a clue what to expect. Like, we've been stunned, surprised, time after time here this weekend. It's been nuts.
Every single team that's not named Toronto Ultra that had a bye coming into this tournament got eliminated pretty much first thing. So if you're trying to predict anything that has been going on, I mean, best of luck. I don't know if anyone's been on top of the pick'ems 100% rate, but
aLLeY was close.
I definitely doubt it. No, she was great on day one, and they did. Okay, it's been a mix, but understandably, no one's going to be able to nail this one down. Day one, or first week, I should say, within Vanguard. Who knows what to expect?
Spicy yourself. Well, we got a lot of fun looks across social media. Everyone getting involved indeed. Tundra saying, Seattle Surge is looking godly. Big fan over there. Marshmallow says, Seattle Surge being super dominant this S&D. Love to see it with the OK emoji and the fire emoji. Don't forget to use that hashtag CDL2022 for a chance to have your tweets read on stream by maybe me or Chance. Who knows? Lano Study here as well. The Desk, they're all getting involved. We're having a lot of fun, but we're almost ready to get back into this one. If you have just joined us, we're tied up 1-1 in the series after a spectacular Berlin Search and Destroy performance from Seattle Surge. And I want to say some of it's up to this young man on your screen there, Pred, the newcomer, making his way all the way from Australia. We haven't seen a couple of you haven't seen players from that side of the world here in the professional league since what? You know, not last year, but the year before, first season actually, I think it was. But there we go. The times have changed indeed, and the same can be said for HyDra, the French phenom. Made a massive debut in his opening game against Atlanta FaZe, turning heads everywhere, Chance. And I mean, there is a trend here. When you join the league and, you know, you're a newcomer, if your first match is against Atlanta FaZe and there's a lot of hype and expectations around you, you tend to deliver.
Apparently, man. I mean, that's one of those, like, baptism by fire kind of moments for HyDra, if you remember from Cold War. And I think I remember this right. Completely balled out in his first series he had against Atlanta, and that was the instant, oh, yeah, he is the real deal. Wasn't quite the first series, I don't think, for Pred, but as soon as you get through it, it was the exact same thing of, oh, he came here to play. He is absolutely the real deal, and even though for this match, right, HyDra's had the edge. He's won that 1v1, but that only means it's a tied-up series. And big plays from HyDra, by the way, in that map number 1, right? The 3-piece towards the end, walking in P1, making some big plays, but it has been Pred incredibly consistent throughout this tournament, and that is consistent dominance. maybe this will be the toughest matchup, though, that they have had so far, but it is fun to watch guys like this play.
Yeah, both of them very young, exciting players, and real dynamic stuff. And again, the idea that both of them came to the scene and played Atlanta FaZe up first in their series, and both won them. Incredible. So shout out to Atlanta FaZe for showing the new guys, you know, what's what here in the league, and a mistake they don't make often. You know, they don't take teams lightly, but clearly when it comes to the new kids, they like to do that. But we're almost ready to go. If Pred can put his bloody headphones in, we can get things going. I don't think you can hear us right now. Clearly.
He can absolutely hear us.
Go on, mate. Get it on.
That's the second most Australian-looking person I've ever seen. Like,
who's number one?
Steve Irwin.
Steve Owen. Don't say Steve Owen. It's too soon. Just get the maps and modes up. I need a moment to compose myself. Here we go. Mac, the look of the series so far, GoVootoo control. 2 doses of Tuscan, though, and we are going to get to see at least one of those in that hard point in this best of 5. Chance Tuscan S&D. We should see some snipes. Clay hit that fantastic 2-piece that did the rounds on social media on day 1. I'm expecting to see something very similar today.
Yes, absolutely. And again, I think counter snipes, especially so on Tuscan, it's sort of like optional on Berlin, but if you know someone on Tuscan is going to be sniping that outer P1 side of the map, that is the only way to fight him back. Or you could just smoke it out rushing towards you. I will say, though, it is just like comedy to me about all that chat about how OP the snipers are. And it's like, you know, on any given map, the most we've seen is like 3 kills with it for the entire thing. So clearly in a spot where they should be. Snipers are solid, not dominant.
We have seen the competitive Reddit also talking about this one. There's been a lot of like maths between, you know, average kills per series, who's doing the most hits, and Octane still seems to be the king of the long-range kills so far. He's got the most so far. He's got the most exciting highlight reels, and I mean, that's pretty much just where we're at now with snipers so far. Of course, very, very early in the life cycle of Vanguard. I mean, when I say very, very early, it's not actually that early, but it's early for us. Our very first event. Obviously, a lot of changes will be coming the way of the game, but it might change, Chance. I mean, you know, snipes, smokes, all these things. The automaton might get a nerf. Who knows? Like, nothing will look the same in 2 to 3 months' time.
I mean, we've been playing Control for like a grand total of like 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, we are making adjustments on the fly. Again, I think Call of Duty pros adapt better than anyone else in esports, play a brand new game every year. And that's something that's impressive about guys like Clayster and Crim. Like, they have played CTF, Domination, Demolition, every game mode you could possibly imagine, and they've been the best for that long. There is never a game mode or situation that they are ever unaware of. They live and breathe Call of Duty.
They really do. Well, we're going to take another quick break while we fix something on stage. As you can see, Prestinni has got his headset on. So we're going to take a very quick break. We come back, map 3. Surprise, friends, we're ready to rock and roll. Here we go into GoVootoo control. I can't help
but make these things rhyme. Let's get it, friends! Map number 3 here in our first of 2 semifinals today. Gavutu control chance. Here we go.
And again, refusing to make predictions. I think for the rest of the tournament, I will not try to even evaluate what's going on. It'll be very interesting to see these guys play again, though, right? Even just an extra 2 days of being able to scrim on land goes a long way for a game mode that is fairly fresh, at least this year in Vanguard, to some of these players. I think the story really of both of these maps, and maybe for Tuscan it's changed a bit, but defensive side is absolutely dominant. If you get a wave of kills on defense and set up for that sort of spawn control, you'll be good to go. But we'll see what New York has cooked up on offense. Off the rip, it's an A-hit.
Aim of the game, capture both zones or slay out your enemies and destroy their 30 lives. It could be a war of attrition or that of territorial gains. And here we go, Pred flying forward, managing to slowly but surely drain the segment that NYSL pushed through and dealt a lot of damage though. And as you can see, Crim on your screen, he's pushed over that halfway mark. He's starting to get some shots in the A zone, that big old boat. Starting to take a lot of hits, but they're red barrels. The red barrels, friends. You've all seen movies, I know it. A red barrel is one that explodes.
That is the absolute classic, but right now, New York, still a tick and a half of progression onto the A site. Automaton's trying to find kills. Clayster had to have done 99 damage to Mac, but he survives. And by the way, that is the 4-down moment. You get this once on defense, almost assuredly, you will be good to go. Sib able to find a couple kills in a row, and now you need to coordinate some nades and try to get out. Mac's not going to get tagged up. Neptune tries to cross. He's tagged, and it is just that line straight down the map for Seattle. And with one player falling, maybe you have to make some adjustments, but still, it is a hike and a half to get to either of these points.
Sib, nice 2. Finds himself 5 in a row. That's 6 and 2 overall. Gotta watch out, though. Playing these players around him. He's doing what he can to hold these players in their spawn. This is classic Call of Duty, trying to spawn trap them, trying to not let them get out there and deal the damage. And Manny's doing it just now. And whoa, we're close. Oh no, Cigar. And once again, the curse of Gavutu with the NYSL players. It is team kills. Chances 15 seconds to go.
It was the opening break. I think on the hard point where someone died to exploding barrels, Crim does the exact same thing. They had a couple team kills map number 1. Deja vu all over again, but this is just dominance on defense from Seattle again. You get one clean wipe, your life becomes easy. You got to imagine as well, just thinking about defense potentially for a round 5. It is settled in this game by kills, not by objective play. So when he kills like that, any dominant round like that you can have, Seattle, they'll add that one to the bank. New York, they need a solid response. But always curious about these opening breaks. Seattle looks like that is just going to be full speed ahead straight towards this A site. Very similar to what we saw in round number 1.
Yeah, we'll see if Seattle surges.
Again! I think those were the nades, though, coming in from Seattle to destroy the barrels, but, like, that's just, uncanny.
It just doesn't count as a kill for you. It counts as a death for the other team. But, hey, well, that counts in the numbers. But we'll see if Seattle Surge can be as adept on offense now as they were on defense. HyDra, top deck, first kill. They go down low. Swabs the poop deck, poops on another, finds another kill. Helps his team get that second segment cleaned up, and here he goes forward. Trying again. Spy time. Slow them down. But the Seattle Surge, they read that perfectly. They're not going to let him get out there. They're going to find that kill and let him dive into their guns.
This is what you need to do, by the way. If you get wiped off the board, you don't want to get wiped out a second time. You need these kills to go your way. That is something you have to factor in. So I like the patience from Seattle. Patience might not be something that can win you rounds on offense, but they might be trying to play the long game. The map has opened up a little bit. Pred able to take down one with them. Maybe accuracy opening up the cliff side of the map. This is going to be the slow game to try to get over towards A. Neptune, though, that is a big gunfight just to make sure that York can keep that extra man.
Still 2 segments gone on A. 1 to go. Sib can't get the kill with the pistol. Max right on it. Oh, good coverage there from HyDra. Crim was dead to rights. Still on that 3 spree. Clock ticking, though. You dive on the point, you stop the clock as the attackers. And Crim's going to do everything he can to body block this one. And let me tell you, Porterhouse, maybe does it better. Sib on the other side. Now Neptune trying to get involved upstairs. There's the clock stopped at 12 seconds. Oh, in and out we go, trying to find the kills, and Preds picked a corner. Back and forth. Neptune, you've got to dive on this one, though. Seattle, you have to stop the clock. Time's ticking. Is anyone there? Yes, 2.7.
There, 2 bodies on point. New York, maybe one last ditch effort to try to get there. I don't know if HyDra can even do it in time. Neptune slides in. He gets taken down. Add a minute to the clock, and at the very least, Seattle have already been on point. The life count is close. They're down by 1, but on offense, that is a happy place to be. Pred looking for some cutoff kills, does some damage, can't find anything just yet. But he's behind 2. And now he's behind them all.
He's prowling, he's hunting. Teammates are doing the job as well, but he's still remained undetected at this point. Accuracy through the beaches. Wins the first assault here.
There's Pred, by the way, making his first strike.
And again, look at where this is spawning the members of the New York Subliners. 25 seconds to work with here. Pred's got to hold HyDra at bay here. Let his boys get up the beach, let the reinforcements make their way onto the B zone, start to cap it. Pred will find the first. Still trying to contend with these players coming out of spawn! What a kill for Pred, massive. 14.5 on the clock, they've stopped it. You've finally got the capture started.
And this is the only way to win round. You get a guy on hill. Now, P1 is a problem for him. Neptune is up top, and that's where Mac is looking now. Pred still killing them off spawn. 4 in a row for him. And you got to solve the Pred problem. It takes 45 seconds for one player to cap this point. But if you get maybe 1 or 2 more kills from Pred, then you can just go and stack the hill. But right now, New York, they are just so far away. Pred is finally dealt with. But 2 ticks have gone through Seattle. It is a 5 versus 2. They might be able to pull this off. Now just a 1v4 from Crim, make it a 1v3. 10 seconds to go. Seattle, they got to fly.
Stay alive, Crim. Stay alive, Crim. You win the round. He's hurt. He's tagged up. 5 seconds. Here comes the kill squad. It's going to be Seattle Surge flying forward. 2 seconds. No. Surge, bring him down. Crim had to just stay alive. That's all he needed to do in that situation. Easier said than done. On Surge, they literally drowned him out.
And all of that is on Pred, by the way, right? It is effectively handing the spawn kills. You get the clock stopped once you get someone to the point. And then obviously it gets dicey towards the end because you're running out of time. And it is so tough to win these rounds, at least based on the objective. But for the TDM game, Seattle, they handled that incredibly well. And showing us a little bit of an indication of how you need to start playing some of these offensive rounds.
And Surge, whether it's offense or defense, they have a game plan and they are executing. First blood from Mac. Oh, hello. Simp and Accuracy get involved as well. Crim the furthest member forward now for NYSL. Playing it slow, waiting for the reinforcements to show up. And the reinforcements, they've got problems of their own. Crim brought down finally. It's 3 for Sib now in a row. Mac also finding himself a few more. As the foothold that NYSL had is slowly starting to get pushed back. Mac keeping up a bay here. That rock there. Power position indeed. Crim with a sweet nade, but Sib's got to check both sides. And hello, that's 3 members of the Subliners flying out. 1 gets taken down. The crossfire coming through. The Seattle Surge wring their necks.
And this is just so tough. You're stuck in the back, and Pred has been on point, and Sib has been slaying. Even in map number 1, slaying his heart out.
Oh,
doing the exact same thing once again. Pred finally dealt with, but now it's just ARs posted up. Sib's on a 5. He's got 22 kills, double positive. Able to do just about whatever he wants. Finally, he gets dropped in York. Maybe that's an opening to at least get towards this boat, but you can already see less than 20 seconds. They have not touched the hill.
They've absolutely slaughtered them so far. Clay's managed to get top boat. That's as far forward as anyone here for NYSL has made it this round. Desperation sitting in. Less than 10 seconds. Has to go on the point to stop it. Indeed we do. There we go. Finally. Oh no, an opportunity. No, it's gone. That's it. That's the round. That's control. And Seattle Surge, they take the lead in the series.
Sheer and outright dominance when it comes to the slang. And look, the slang wasn't enough to get in the win on map number 1, but for the control, it meant it was not even remotely close. I mean, a win on offense has not been the most typical thing. Not only do they get that, but on defense, I mean, that is as perfectly as you could possibly do it. Seattle taking a very strong advantage in this series, and it's kind of nutty, man. I mean, we've only seen it twice for the hard points, where a team that every single player goes negative, they get the win. But in terms of just pure gunny, Seattle has had their number in the past 2 maps, not even remotely close. Sib, man, 24 kills, 2,500 damage. He's able to rack it up, and I mean, just looking at from New York, that is just a tough-looking stat line.
What was the biggest concern about Sib coming into the league? He's quite young. He's a very arrogant player. He believes in himself, truly, as we all should do, you know, at some point in time. But there was a lot of concerns that maybe he was a bit too cocky. At 24 and 12 against some of the best to ever do it, I'd be cocky as well. Seattle Surge have turned heads all weekend long, and with damn good reason. This is a brilliant performance this early on in Vanguard for these young players.
what kind of careers are they going to have if this is how it started off?
I mean, there's no telling, but even again, just the plays that Pred was making, right? Slang, obviously, they had that in spades, but the most impressive part of that game, obviously, is the play he made in the spawn of NYSL to actually get that round win on offense, and it was just nonstop, man. Pred put on an absolute show, so it's the rookie showing off the slang and the rookie showing off that they can make the big brain plays as well.
I mean, they've been given the greatest opportunity possible here in their careers to show what they've got against the big dogs of the Call of Duty League, and they are taking it with aplomb. And again, Kickoff Classic, it's an exhibition match, right? We're having fun here, we're trying things out, we're seeing how the game feels. There's a lot to learn here, and right now we're learning that Seattle Surge, they've come to play, and they certainly mean it here as these highlights continue. Whether it was the close plays on the Titan on the clock chance as well, like we saw some great moments. That last round from Crim, the round 2 win that Seattle Surge had, Crim almost managed to do it. This defensive round, though, from Seattle Surge was absolutely watertight. Nothing managed to make it through, and that 3-0 is incredibly, incredibly well-deserved. Looking at the rest of the series now, mate, Tusk and Hardpoint coming up next, and of course Tusk and Search and Destroy for Game 5. Where do you think we go?
Well, I don't even know if we get to a Game 5, to be perfectly honest with you, right? I mean, Seattle, again, the slang's been on point. Yes, they fall on map number 1, but we watched this team play against Atlanta FaZe just yesterday, and they took them down on Tuscan. That is where that series ended. And it's not like we've seen any real cracks in the armor on the side of Seattle. It's not like anyone's been underperforming at all. I mean, everyone's shown up the big plays. Accuracy right now has been Mr. Consistent. Obviously, we've been talking about Pred and Sid, but Mac has been right there with him. I mean, he was probably the shining star for Seattle in map number 1. I'm thinking this is just Seattle. I think I'm turning into a believer.
He's a believer. There we go. I must admit, when the predictions came through today, Breaking Point asked me who I thought was going to win it. I just sent him that little emoji of a wave because there was a classic meme, of course, for those of you who watched the debrief last season. But yeah, the wave. Seattle Surge, baby. They're looking fantastic. Quick look at the stats here from NYSL so far. Day 2 versus Røkkr, of course, outslayed, still managed to win. Today versus Surge Chance, outslayed, still managed to win.
Look, I'll keep it a buck, though. It is cool and interesting that they've got those wins. It's certainly an indication that they have a very solid understanding of Vanguard so far. It's also not a good sign if you're getting outslayed by double digits consistently in hardpoint. That will go away at a certain point. You can only have something like that happen so often. So that is a little bit concerning, as cool as it has been. But at the same time, if this is a team that starts picking up the slang, right? Think about the other bocage that New York had when they kept up in slang. Absolute blowout. They dominated the map, and it was the cleanest bocage we've seen. So they just need to pick it up in the slang category. But right now, it's just looking a little bit rough.
A clean bocage sounds like an oxymoron, but hey, it's quite early in the game. You never know. I also want to give shout-outs to the fans at the front for both sides of the teams for your puppet skills. I'm looking to see that evolve throughout the season. So eyes on you to improve that as and when it comes. So if you're on cam, I want to see your best the horse, like the talking horse thing. Give me the dogs, give me some birds, you name it. I want to see you step it up proud. Everyone needs to bring their A game, baby. Let's get it though. Tuscan Hardpoint. Map number 4. NYSL are staring down defeat. They have to win this one. Force that Game 5. Let's get it.
And I think the player for me to watch might honestly just be Sid from one side. On the flip, maybe this is Crimsix. His time to pop off for a game, or HyDra. I mean, you could take your pick. Opening breaks, obviously a big deal in New York, though. They have the advantage right just from the spawns. They get to the hill first and obviously taking full advantage. Seattle looks like they're trying to respond by going through the middle of the map. They found a bit of an opening until the nades come through. In New York, that is the start you'd like to see.
That's nice for Crim. Neptune with the MP40 up close. HyDra also dancing with death here, right front church. Can't quite get it all done against Mac. Finds 2. But Nep's there to pick up the pieces. Lovely work out of NYSL early on here. That's time and kills going their way. Surge, their second shot here on the hard point. And speaking of shots, Crim, that's 4 in a row. A lovely kill onto accuracy there. It's forcing the members of Surge now to rethink the push. Accuracy's going to spawn pretty much exactly where he dies. And Crim may put him back there again. So here we go. Seattle, they have not found anything on P1.
And that's great counting as well, right? Just for Crim to know that there is an extra player there here. Neptune going across the map, who also, by the way, started 4-0, but that is New York doing a fantastic job of keeping track of players. That is a 49-second P1 that they were able to get. And as far as the rotation goes, at least the back spawns they have. First, Clayster gets the guy out of the hill in Neptune. He's thinking about the hill. He's thinking about kill streaks. He's got them both.
You give Seattle 6 seconds, but right now, New York Subliners, no such thing. Big Nep, 7 in a row. Woo! Big save from Clay. Keeps the streak alive. Full streaks though, still. Things are looking up for the New York Subliners. A wonderful start here on Tuscan. Let's go for a quick listen in with NYSL.
Radio to hill. Oh, man. Radio to hill. Nice.
Jump on you, Neb. Go Neb. Yeah, last kid Mac, we're missing Mac.
You two Mac. Nice, good job.
Pick up them. I'm putting my back.
Just hold that shit right now. Hold it.
Gotcha.
I'm putting
They're all S1, guys. They're all S1. Huge kills here, guys. This is where we blow the game out. Get kills.
Paco, just wait. Oh, he pushing maps.
Roof.
Yeah.
That's one deep cut.
Yeah, are you? I'm shrinking. Paco, stay alive.
Yeah, one is field. Yo, ignore the guy field. We all go left.
I'm shrinking. I'm gonna shrink right now.
No, wait.
I'll stay on top. Okay.
Mid alley, dude.
Okay, I'm coming top first. And I'll shrink.
Yeah. There you go. Alright, I just want roof. I'm Nate Hill.
He's on the back heady.
Stun in Nate Hill.
Right on the back heady, one shot, Prim.
He's weak.
I'm shrinking. Wait.
Just hold, guys. I'll spawn back here.
One roof.
Yeah.
Pred dead, I got him in the back, yo.
Nice. I'm Nate Hill.
I'm stunning
Nate
over.
Hill.
Back left, secret
Yo,
corner,
one back. Yo, self front.
Nice. You can push out field if you want, Paco. Middle lane. Mid lane. I'm nading your arch. I'm nading your arch.
Arch.
Mac dead. I'm one shot, I'm going secret.
Yo, get pump time.
No, stay. I'm cell spot. Watch your arch.
Arch.
Fine.
Mid lane.
Push now.
What's mid lane?
Mid lane, I need help.
No, another one. I stun him.
He's weak. No one was on. He's waking up. Oh, good. Left you. Radio. On me back. Radio.
Where'd you guys want?
Go PC.
One grass. We flipped them.
Quarter, one pitch in the back. Yo, no.
Back door. Back door dead.
Yo, back. I'm picking him up.
There's gonna be a guy in the back for sure.
I gotta look grass.
Top dead.
In the back. No, in the back.
One shot, Mac, back short. Then short and in hill. Back door, one shot, and in hill. There's two.
At times, chaotic, but chance. I mean, you're hearing Clay try to call the shots as best he possibly can. We see the break come through there from Surge. What did you make of the comp?
It was just very disjointed, right? I mean, you got Neptune just trying to call in the streaks, getting told, no, don't do it now. It took them 20 seconds before they even took a gunfight to try to get the old hill. Even towards the end, we're hearing callouts. We flipped it, but they haven't actually flipped the spawns just yet. It is tough to try to figure out what's going on right now on this map for NYSL. And at times, understandably so, but as good of a start as it was, just a couple of hills like that in Seattle, it's looking like they are right back into this game, dealing with the momentum that New York was starting to build, and now he got accuracy. He's on a 5. And he's dead.
And he's dead. There we go. But still, the hard point in the hands of Seattle Surge for now. Scrap's going to go their way. Next hard point. This is the one on screen now. The dreaded P5. Hello! So drops. Nice kill from Neptune. Turn and burn. Still fully streaked out. Not an easy one to stay alive in, and that's why. Here come the grenades, here come the stuns, here comes everything. It is not fun to be inside this hard point. Fred's going to do what he can, though. 13 and 8 so far. He's having a great game. The survival training based in attack mask is going to slow him down when anyone hits him with a concussion grenade. And howdy doody. No, we will not be taking any visitors today. Thank you, we are closed, says Pred as he cleans up 2 downstairs.
They go to the window, they die. They go to the stairs, they die. Everyone falling on top of Pred. He's got to kill them all. They are spawning so close on the roof that the guys off spawn are back in the fight 2 seconds later. But the same can be said for Seattle, trying to get these final 15 seconds. But this is what New York does. They have these gunfights right for the scrap time. Seattle leaves it, and it's just one of those situations. They win 1-1 on gunfight, and that is 15 seconds that goes to New York and takes them away for Seattle. I mean, again, that is a 30-point kind of swing play. That is why scrap time is so important. Those are the things that has been setting New York apart. But at the same time, it's slaying for Seattle. I mean, they kick it in. That is for their direction. Accuracy made of adamantium. He walks it off. Rub some dirt on it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, just walk it off, kid. You'll be good. It's only a glide bomb. HyDra now trying to break through the back. They've got the pinch on now. Accuracy's going to keep winning those fights. Your boys were in fort fight, clearly. Oh, there we go. Big shots once again. The hard point still in the hands of Seattle Surge. While they did not find any success whatsoever here in the first set, they're looking good now on P1. The lead in their hand. Fred on the hunt. Oh my god, finish your kill, son. He's absolutely twisted. Crimble finally to bring him down.
I can't remember the last time. I mean, again, New York is making some decent plays on like the scrap time, right? But outside of that, they are struggling to be able to get inside the hill. 5 streak now for Sib. He's starting to heat up just a little bit. Another just wipe for Seattle. But they flipped the spawns, and they have no idea that New York was here. I don't know if someone was able to sneak through or if they just spawned up. I missed that one from the mini-map, but Seattle gets caught off guard. In a moment like that for New York to try to find some of these kills towards the back, but even with that sort of like mishap, they still have these gunfights towards the back. Awkward timing. Neptune finds an opening, but now he's just going to get shot in the back. He doesn't even know where to look. This has been chaos for this P2.
Oh, Fred shoots his shot. The trades are good. You still got the spawners at the backside there for Seattle Surge, and now through Church, HyDra's in trouble. The pinch is, whoa, he's in trouble? I don't think so.
HyDra nails that one. Simp back on point. Nice two-piece out of him, but HyDra's going to get the trade 5 there before he was brought down in the end. And Seattle Surge, slowly but surely, the absolute toil that both teams have had to hit now, trying to get time on this hard point, has been something special.
Clayster, he's thinking about it, right? Again, maybe the gunfights to try to get a guy a fill for the scrap. Instead, he's just going to be the cut-off man and gunned down by Pred. Takes care of business, and he actually goes back and tries to cut through mid. I was going to say, that might catch New York off guard because they have the pressure over towards the roof side. Neptune wins a massive one-on-one inside the hill. And now you get them spawning out all the way over towards P1. They clean up the final guy through P5, New York. Now they should know where all of this pressure is coming through. And they're actually pushing out this hill quite well. But the Kobe's take at least one player down. They've pushed up so far for New York. This is clinical right now on this new hardcore.
This is so hard. Neptune's got to do this alone right now. Here comes the other guns from NYSL. Clay coming in a little bit late. Crim's doing what he can from the back line as well now. This is not the perfect setup for NYSL, and they're doing what they can, but Matt just comes in. Drops a load on them both. Neptune coming in off spawn as well. HyDra there to back him up, just trying to fight, push those players back, get on the point. Anywhere, just breathing space. That's what NYSL are desperate for right now, and it is so hard from that aggression from Surge.
And nice kills by Clayster, right? That fountain doesn't actually exist. It blocks the visuals, doesn't block bullets at all. So Clayster taking him down. This has been the hill where New York has basically thrived and kept them in this game. HyDra literally shooting glide bombs out of his MP40. Does the same amount of damage, and now they're trying to break in through Church. Can't win that one, though. Gets taken care of. And inside Church, where Seattle have had the most success, racking up a bit more time. Crim can't find one, and his teammates not quick enough to be there for the trades.
Okay.
HyDra, I mean, he ends up just walking straight in, so the trades are a little bit late, but they get him.
Okay, NYSL fighting tooth and nail here in the Church. HyDra, back door, covered. Side door, all good. This is good work out of NYSL. Not an easy hard point to pick up time on. And you can see where Surge are. A bit of a split spawn from them. 2 coming from the left-hand side of the map, 2 from the bottom side now. And HyDra killed number 5. Keeping this one all working out. We've got a great amount of time here. This is beautiful stuff out of NYSL. And HyDra! 7 in a row.
This is why we hail him. Even for the final gunfight, though, again, that is one of those gunfights, right? That is 10 seconds that now goes to Seattle that doesn't go towards New York. A big one for Sib. Falls just shortly. And look at this actually glide bomb. They're setting up on the flank as well. Obviously, not going to kill him. It's just a glide bomb. Why would it do that? And now they're team killing. The flank is here for Clay. Ooh, he's finding at least one, and now he's actually spawning his team towards P5. He gets wiped out. Seattle, they're in the hill. They are 20 seconds away, and this series is theirs.
20 seconds away from eliminating the New York Subliners, the newcomers, the young guns, the underdogs in this tournament by quite a way. This organization has not had a lot of success in the last 2 years, and finally they're turning that frown upside down. 10 seconds for the win here. NYSL break on through. Accuracy, accuracy, trying to hold it down. He can honestly get the win here if he can find the kills. He does! The Iceman cometh! There's 5 seconds for the win, and that could be that. You name it. It all went wrong in the final moments. Seattle Surge. Bergonia Grand Finals.
Look, man, there is chatter from the scrims about how good this Seattle team was. Coaches were saying it, other teams were saying it, but even with that being set up, they have exceeded expectations, far exceeded them. Take down FaZe, take down a pair of goats, and now guaranteed top 2, they find themselves. As crazy it has been, a spot in the finals. Can this team be stopped?
It's so exciting, man. I mean, this is what an injection of new life here into the league. For the longest of times, it's always been like, you know, we know who the top dogs are going to be. There's basically like the power rankings. You know, there was talk about Seattle being a good team, quite exciting in scrims. 3-1 there in that series. And at times, incredibly dominant. At times, really special. Now, the greatest question again, kickoff is one thing. How long can a team like that go? We saw the devs talking about their ceiling. How high is it? How far can a team improve themselves on what has already been a great showing? The season will tell, but for now, loving what we're seeing.
Just to call out the top Slayer, Pred, 31 and 21. Not quite top damage in the lobby. Mac actually gets him by a touch, but that is, again, just across the board. Effective work, accuracy, nearly 2 minutes inside of the hill. I think really outside of the Fountain Hill, Seattle played that game about as well as you possibly could. A solid win there, a dominant win in the Search and Destroy, and a dominant win in the Control. And Tuscan, man, that's where they keep getting it done against these top dogs. Seattle, they have absolutely come to play. An impressive run they've had so far.
Look at the replays here, and I mean, there's a few moments in this game where things may go a little differently. Again, a glide bomb or two, quite literally, would probably change things a lot. But chance to be New York Subliners, they started things off so strong. Look at that scoreline. We've seen big sprees out of Neptune, starting the game off so well. What did it go wrong for them?
Well, I mean, if nothing else, that just kind of shows about like the resilience as well. They're sort of being able to pull off whatever they need, right? Like you fall short in a hard point where you outslay massively, instant bounce back, and they carry that through the series. And I think, honestly, it was really just the slang, again, that turned into the difference maker. I mean, you hear Mac on a 4 spree. We saw accuracy going on 5s. I think Sid was almost a walking 5 spree. And obviously, Brett, again, led the lobby in slang. These guys came with the gunny this weekend. They have been delivering nonstop.
It's been very exciting indeed. And another conversation that's been coming up, you know, numerous times as well is you have to look at players like Sib, you have to look at players like Fred, the treasure trove that is the Call of Duty Challengers scene as well. These players were handpicked out of their respective regions, of course. It's not easy to get Pred here from Australia, from the APAC region. The bureaucracy of getting visas sorted, how difficult it can be to actually arrange all that is, I mean, let me tell you, mates, it's not easy to do whatsoever. So kudos to, again, to everyone involved in the organization of Seattle Surgery to make that happen. Your boy's an absolute weapon. He's fully sick. Right, with that being said, the series is done. One of our teams is set to go to the grand finals. Let's start over to the stage now with Guy for our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight.
Thank you very much, Miles. Give it up for the Surge one more time, everybody. We got the Iceman on the main stage. Accuracy, you guys took down London, then took down Atlanta, and now New York. You find yourself in the grand finals once again since Modern Warfare. How you feeling this morning?
I feel great. You know, I'm very proud of my team. They're showing that all the work we're putting in the facility every day is working, and our formula is working. So, you know, we're starting off the season hot, and we want to maintain this momentum going forward.
Now, tell me a little bit about the formula, because I talked to Phoenix earlier. I had a few interviews with Pred up here on the main stage for the first time. But tell me about the formula of the squad, because I was watching you in that matchup, and you were slapping everybody on the flippy and Sib. Oh, my. He was playing off.
I mean, the formula is this, like, they're sponges. I tell them what to do. They learn how to do it, and they do it perfectly. And they shoot extremely, 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 extremely straight. And I cannot gas them up enough.
That's simple.
So I'm very proud of them, and they're honestly exceeding any expectation anyone had for them. So I'm just very, very, very proud of them.
Yeah, and you should be proud of them, okay? Because they are making all the Seattle Surge fans out there. And for you, you know, last season, we know that you got benched, but you're back in the grand finals. How do you feel?
You know, I feel great. When I got benched, everyone thought I was done, but it's my first tournament back on land in like 2 years, and I'm in the finals, so I feel pretty good.
All right, he in the finals, everybody. Give it up for the Iceman Accuracy. That's going to do it for us on the stage. Back to you guys.
Boy, oh boy, Seattle did it with the big victory over NYSL, and this team just keeps on going. They're like the Energizer Bunny, man. They just don't stop. The Nameless, man, with the crowd going crazy behind us, they're absolutely loving this. Coming to you right now, everything that Lamar just said.
Yeah.
People counted him out, and now
I mean, I was one of them, honestly. You know, I wasn't believing in the Seattle hype train. I thought it was some recency bias, but what I just saw was an excellent display of talent, and also they have learned this game ahead of most of the teams that we've seen here in the Kickoff Classic. Sib, unbelievable performance out of him. Mac, he's gotten so much better since last year. He's so comfortable in that SMG role. I love what I saw there, man. Like, these guys are firing on all cylinders. They're executing team pushes and breaks. They're nasty.
It's crazy, aLLeY. Imagine just chilling at home in Australia playing with kangaroos, right? Then you wake up and tell your mom one day, Mom, I want to play against Clay, Crim, you know, beat Atlanta FaZe. And Pred actually did it along with the rest of the team. They're incredible.
You know, I'd be mind-blown if his mom knew who Crim and Clay and them were. But, man, Seattle looks so good. Honestly, you could gas up every one of these players. Just like Sam Phoenix, their coach, said, they all are doing incredible across the board. But Mac, man, in that hard point, he was such a big player in that he went through the back of church there when they were down like 50 points. He gets 2 players in the Pac-Man, and that was a momentum flip. And then suddenly just started steamrolling. Dude, I love it.
It was crazy. And also, man, what are your final takeaways, Slacked? I mean, that was an emotional roller coaster.
Shout out to Seattle management and their coaching staff, man. Seriously, they look so ahead of everyone out here. Every time I watch these guys, especially in control, they haven't lost a round yet. No. They're making crazy plays. I'm all a fan of this Seattle hype train, man.
And fans as well. That's it, Seattle Surge winning it all. I mean, this is crazy. You know what, Miles and Chance, I want to hear your thoughts right now. Yo, Miles, you got to be feeling good seeing imports pop off on that main stage, man. What's on your mind?
I'm all about the imports. Also, shout out to Benny Biscuits with the greatest profile picture on Twitter right now. Hey, that was a crazy series. And yeah, we've got nothing but love for the newcomers in the league. And we love it when they make a difference. You know, it's one thing about the old guard being the old guard and things being the way they always are in COD. But hey, last 2 years, we've seen newcomers come to the scene, shake things up in a great way. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yo, Chance. All right, NYSL, they're going to be going home, but look, the vets, man, they're looking good. But also, I want to talk about the young guys. HyDra and Neptune have so much promise in the CDL.
It's all four of them. I mean, you want to talk about the young guys, it is just they have the gunny. Obviously, we know this. It's expected. This is not a team, like they had a 3-week break. I was expecting them, honestly, to fall out of the tournament shorter, but this is not a team I will ever doubt looking forward. This is going to be a team, if you got Clay, if you got Crim, if you just have one of them, I'm expecting them to be a contender. They got both. They're going to bounce back at the first major in a very strong way.
This man's spinning right now. Thank you guys so much. An amazing commentary, by the way. I'll see you guys later. Get off my screen, man. But final thoughts on the desk, Nameless, man. Lay it all out on us.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, to wrap it up for New York, I think Neptune needs to bounce back a little bit stronger. There's just some plays that he's making where he doesn't seem like he's in the mix, a part of the trade process, and then on an individual performance as well, like not the best series out of him. So they're going to need more from him. And, you know, overall team performance, like the one shining light was HyDra. If it wasn't for him, they would have got 3-0'd and the maps would not have been close. Like HyDra was making huge plays. Even on that last map, Tuscan, he went huge inside of the Churchill, won some big gunfights on the rotation, and in doing so, like they almost won that game. So at least they got something to look forward to.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first matchup of the day. NYSL just got sent home by the Seattle Surge, and they are looking better than ever. If you have any questions about it, ask your boy Sam Phoenix. He'll be happy to tell you. But coming up next, we're going to have the Toronto Ultra facing off against the LA Thieves. I'm excited. I know you guys can't wait. We'll see you all on the other side of this break for some more CDL action.